All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of the Mug Shop Podcast, where we talk about anything. Not really. This ain't a podcast. I thought I'd just say it for shits and giggles. So, this topic here today, in my opinion, is going to be about the continuing hospital fuckery when it comes to what you're being charged for. So, back in January, I had made a trip to the ER. Now, for disclaimer purposes, I very rarely ever see a doctor or go to a hospital because I'm a pretty healthy person. So, a few months back, I had a tooth that broke off. Unfortunately, I mean it does happen, and I was kind of in a lot of pain, but at the same time, we're in the middle of a very sticky situation where we're being forced to move from the location that where this all began to the current location we are right now. So basically all I did was I used, some Tylenol and peroxide and stuff like that to keep everything at bay. Well, I went to the hospital one day because it was unbearable. I walked in there, it was the day after my birthday. I sat there, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. Then I got in to see a doctor, told her what was going on. My face was hurting, my jaw, lower right jaw, and I told her why. She looked at it, yeah, you got an infection. You need to go see a dentist. I says, no kidding. So they come out and they give me a shot. They give me this antibiotic shot to get the process going. Gave me a couple of scripts and I was on my way. Well, a couple weeks ago, I get a bill for $1,157, I think it was. I called them up and I said, well, what the hell is this all about? I said, $1,157 for the doctor to tell me I had an infection, gave me a shot and sent me on my way. And a lady on the phone told me that originally the bill was over $3,000. Imagine that. Over $3,000. And basically, the bill that I have is basically what they agreed to initially, other the way I understand it, that amount is what they initially agreed to bill the insurance company. Because the insurance company and the hospital, they have their little agreements on how much to bill them and how much they're willing to pay, but yet they don't do that for patients. See where this is going? So a woman told me she'd go ahead and send me an itemized breakdown of all the charges. Well, I get that today. Take a looky here. So I call him up and I said, do you really need to explain this to me? I said, something just doesn't seem right. The lady says, well, what line item are you disputing and why? I said, well, how about the first one, 0730 EKG, general. Price of that was a resounding $1,238.99. I said to the woman, so they went in there clearly with pretty much like a toothache, had a slight swelling in the jaw, and they explained to the doctor what happened, and she told me what it was. He says, I don't remember them hooking up an EKG machine to my face. Last I checked, an EKG machine does not get attached to your face. It gets attached to different points on your upper torso. Okay, just check your heart, make sure it's functioning properly. And then I said, we got a couple more here. I says we got the line item 0250. We have 0636. I said they're calling for ejections. One was only $32.61. The other one was $56.76. I said, I don't remember being given two shots. I said I was given one. I said we're disputing that as well. Then you get this 0940 therapeutic services. Have no idea what that is. It's another injection of some sort. Well, I remember getting one. I said, you need to decide which of the three you're going to charge me for. And then I said, this last one to really get them going, I said, is 0450 emergency room. I said, so basically you charge me $2,308.15 to walk through the door of the emergency room? Are you kidding me? It costs you that much? So the total itemized bill is $3,788.92. You know, I find it kind of funny that, to me, these charges are completely outrageous. I mean, so out of this rounded up to almost $4,000 bill, you have an agreement with the insurance company that, oh, we're not going to bill you for that much. They billed them for $1,157, and the insurance company never paid it. Why? I don't know yet. It'll just have to be resubmitted. But it's kind of funny. They're willing to give almost a $2,000 break to the insurance company, but yet they don't want to do nothing for the patient. And I told the woman, I said, I'm not paying any of this. I said, you need to come up with something a little bit more reasonable than what this is. I said, this is nothing more than, highway robbery here. And I said, I'm not going to have anything to do with it. But of course, we all know what the real reason is. A couple of articles I looked at, they say, well, hospitals can pretty much charge what they want, especially if they have the larger market share of any particular area. Okay, so like around here, you got Medical City. Well, Medical City's everywhere in northern Texas. So Medical City can charge anything they want because they have most of the hospitals in the entire northern part of Texas. Okay, so there you go. And on top of that, we also know why they charge this much. You see, if you've been paying attention, we've been having an invasion at our southern border for the last 3 years. I mean, really, even longer than that, if you want to be truthful about it. And so they're getting all their free health care and everything else they get for free: phones, housing, and education, you name it. Well, somebody's got to pay for it. So when they go to the hospitals and they're being treated because they're sick, or they fell down and got a boo-boo, or anything else like that, they're not having to pay for the treatment at the hospital. Hospital's not billing them. So what are they doing? They're turning around and they're adding in a little more to each and every patient's bill to try to recoup the money that they couldn't get reimbursed from the U.S. government or any other local government. So to me, this is all highway robbery. It's nothing but, medical care fuckery. They're just trying to fuck the American people that get up every day, go to work, and pay their taxes. And like I said, I very rarely ever go to a doctor because I'm very rarely ever sick. As a matter of fact, a month ago, I sprained my ankle outside working on my car. I didn't go to a hospital for that. Yeah, my foot was swollen for a couple days. I still got up, iced it, still went to work every single day, wore a brace, and everything's been hunky-dory since. And I also told the woman, because she said, wow, you're going to get a final bill and then it's going to go off to collections. I said, well, go ahead and do it. I said, but just tell the collection agency that they do not have my permission to pay my bill and I will not pay them back. So you all need to understand one thing too. Most of the time, whenever you have a bill going into collection, whether it's for hospital expenses or anything else that you are, unfortunately, you weren't able to pay at any particular time. The collection agencies pay a very small percentage of the bill. They, if you got a $400 bill, they're paying pennies on the dollar. They may only pay $100 of that, and that's good. They'll buy it for $100, but yet they're going to turn around and they're going to charge you the full $400. Nah, don't fall for that bullshit. Don't pay that bullshit either. So like I said, I think this is outrageous what our healthcare system has come to, and quite frankly, the healthcare services and treatments that you get nowadays aren't all that good anyways. So There's a reason why a lot of people don't want to go to the doctors or the hospitals, because they've had piss poor experiences in the past. And I'll leave you with this last one. Back in 2015, I was T-boned by a drunk driver. Okay, on the driver's side, it was a full-size Toyota pickup truck versus a small subcompact car. Now, dig this. I was in the hospital for exactly 6 hours. I was not giving any IV, wasn't giving any pain meds. I had 18 stitches that had to be put into my elbow. I had an x-ray and a CAT scan. Hospital billed me for $22,000. Now let me tell you how much of a scam that really is. Now, if I didn't have an attorney, they would expect me to pay the full $22,000. It's funny, I had an attorney, and the attorney, they negotiated that bill down to $11,000, but yet they can negotiate the final cost with a lawyer and an insurance company, but they won't do that with you. They expect you to pay the full price of the bill, or it goes to collections. Again, when it comes to medical bills, I'll never pay them. If you want me to pay something, well, for this particular bill here, $200, maybe $300, that's it. You're not going to get any more out of me. Y'all have a great day.